So welcome back to my channel, and today I have for you a nice solo bunker beast base. As you can see in the front, there is a nice auto turret protecting the front, and if you want to, there is a nice optional rear facing auto turret. It's not necessary to close the turrets down with chain link fence because it don't work anymore, so you don't have to worry about chain link fence. In the front we have also a nice little drop box to easily drop in some loot, and a nice front facing turret as well. The airlock is quite simple, it's the same airlock that everyone uses, so it won't be so bad. As we go in further into the base, there is some additional drop box storage inside the base, so you have more storage when you drop in some loot. As you go into the main section of the base, there is a nice little furnace area with another drop box on top. As we go and down, there is a lot of furnace storage, so you won't have to worry about smelting down all the resources that you farmed. So there is a lot of space for furnaces in this base. As we go up again and we head into the mid side of the base, we found ourselves by our loot rooms. This is the dust cell Vulcan loot room that is quite nice and fits nicely into this base, and every box is nicely and easily accessible. As we head in further into the base, we found ourselves by the bunker area, as well as a nice little storage area to the left, and to your right you will find yourself the level 3 workbench and your sleeping bag. There's enough space for a duo as well in this base, so you can fit more sleeping bags into the space. Your research table as well with enough storage on the bottom. To open up the bunker over here, all you need to do is place down a tweak roof and then the bunker should open up. As easy as that. Now the bunker is open. All you have to do is just remove the tweak and then you can close the bunker back down again. Inside the core we have a nice vending machine, we have a fully equipped loot room, as well as next to the TC there's another fully equipped loot room as well. And then you find yourself the TC behind a armored window. The easiest ways to get out of this bunker is by placing yourself a nice little storage box below, or you can actually just get yourself a ladder and ladder out. If you are one of the most expensive guys, you can even get yourself a ladder edge, but you won't be able to close down the bunker, so it won't be necessary. Close the bunker, just place in your tweak and then upgrade it to armored metal, as easy as that. So the bunker mechanism is really easy to work with, so you won't have to worry about anything. As we head up to the third floor, we can find ourselves nicely in a little best spot. If you find yourself in a raid, then if you die, just respawn on your bed on top and then get yourself a kit, and then you can easily get back into the action, especially if people are raiding you from the bottom. It is easily accessible and there's a lot of nice angles into the base, so you won't have to worry. If you floor stack the base, there's also nice pixel gaps everywhere, so you won't have to worry about anything like that. There's another fully equipped loot room on top for some loot storage at the top of the base. Got yourself the repair bench and as well as 4 additional storage boxes. This is an additional placement for your battery. You can use this as a storage room or as a battery. The shooting floor in this space is quite simple, nothing too out of the ordinary, just a normal shooting floor that everyone uses. As we head on top to the roof, there is 2 additional sides towards the base where you can easily fight down roof raiders that are on top of your roof. This is the perfect angle, as it will only shoot their legs and they won't even see you coming. Nice little sneaky angles. And then just lastly the last airlock towards the outside of the base, and then the whole base is set and done. So you can build this base like how you want in the inside. There's two features, you can floor stack it or you can socket stack this bunker, so you won't have to worry about that. The base upkeep and build cost is really cheap for a solo duo, so you won't have to worry about farming the whole day. And the footprint is also quite small, just be careful when you floor stack that you have enough space for that. The starter base is quite easy to build and has a lot of starter unit area for your storage, so you won't have to worry about struggling about storage. You start off with a nice triangle and then a square foundation next to that. Close everything off with walls and also add in your TC. If you have got yourself a window, then just close off the TC with a normal window. Close everything nicely off with the walls and a ceiling and then a door in front of that, and then your small starter is nice and done. Further on, get yourself a triangle and then place in a square next to that. This will be your additional storage unit area. You can use this for storage or you can just add in your level 1 workbench and then you're set and done. Leave this triangle roof wood for now and add in your front door. Just add in your sheet metal door and the rest of the doors you can pick on the side. Just add in a triangle of half height and then you have a nice shelf to store some storage boxes. Just remove everything nicely and then you're set and done for your starter base. In phase 2 we're gonna start off with our socket stacking. You can use floor stacking on this base as well, but I like to use the socket stack. Just make sure that the triangle is fitted nicely towards and then go out 8 triangles on the left side and then place in a square on the end. Remove all the triangles as well as the square in front and then come back with your 8 squares. And then your socket stack is nicely set and done. On the front, just place in 2 half walls on top of each other, and then as well just make sure that you place this ceiling on the right socket, not on this tweak. If you want to, you can place in a floor frame for now, but make sure that this triangle is on this side of the wall and not on the other side. If so, you can fit in this triangle nicely and easily, and then just use a roof and then the bunker will open up. As simple as that. Just fill in here with a nice half wall to make the dust style Vulcan Lootroom. Close everything nicely off with walls and then you are set and done for this floor almost. You can add in an ramp to prevent soft siding and then just fill in triangles with 2 foundations next to that. Close everything off with walls all surrounding, and then we need to also build in the front ramp part to get up to the 2nd floor. And just fill in on the sides, and we can start by adding in our left side airlock. The airlock is quite simple to build, just nice and easy. Fill in the rest of the base with nice little stone blocks and then just wall everything off on the 2nd floor. You can add in honeycomb, but it won't be necessary for now. If you don't have the resources, you can eventually add in the honeycomb. And then lastly, just sealing everything off and then your nice little second floor is almost set and done. In the airlock you can use the first door and a nice sheet metal door, and then your second door can be armored. If you don't have armored, just use a sheet metal door instead, and later on upgrade towards your armored door. Just add in your nice little furnace storage areas, your half-height walls, and also your little Lootroom areas. You can upgrade this ceiling to armored for now on top of the TC. And then just the last step, just fill anything up and make it sheet metal. So farm yourself to sheet metal and then just upgrade everything nicely to sheet metal. The ceilings on top of the loot rooms you can add towards armored, as this will make some extra protection for a top-down raid. It won't add anything, but you can do it. You can also place in your vending machine now, if you have one, nicely tightly into the corner, and then add in your garage doors. On the side of the base you can add in a nice little half tile, just to make in a shelf inside the core of the TC room. And then just fill everything up and just honeycomb the TC off. And lastly, make sure everything is upgraded to sheet metal. The fun part doesn't have to need to be sheet metal for now, but you can upgrade it to sheet metal if you like. On the back side, just add in a nice little half height, just to let your Vulcan style loot room actually work. And lastly, just fill in all the hidden little honeycomb spots that you have missed. Lastly, add in your last little bit of shelves and then close everything off with doorways. And just fit in your garage doors everywhere. Note that the garage door didn't fit in front of the loot room, so you don't have to worry about that. Now just our last little stage towards the end of the base, the shooting floor. On the top you can add in nice little square off, and then add in your little ladder edges on top. If you don't have ladder edges for now, just use normal ladders, or you can have yourself some furnace jump ups if you want to. You can even add in a half shelf also. Note on this, just make sure that you add in a half wall with a window on top. Don't be like me and just add everything in. Just make sure everything is nicely half-walled, and then add a window and upgrade it to sheet metal. And just fill in everything around with walls and close it off with your ceilings. Make sure that all your loot rooms are nicely designed and fully working. And in this last step, you just need to build in the shooting floor that is nicely and simple, so you don't have to worry about struggling to build in a shooting floor. Just add triangles wherever I've added them. You can even add them however you like if you don't like the shooting floor design. Now lastly on top, add in your half walls, sealing everything off, make your doorways, add in your ceiling, your walls, and just make the last little airlock, and with a window, and add everything in. Then the space is nicely done. You can make the wall, sheeting floor area, the roof however you like. You don't have to follow my designs, just be your own.